Tottenham fans, I'm pretty happy with how the season's going so far, and it's really nice to get that win just before an international break. But it's not just the now that I'm pretty excited about. I'm really excited for the future, especially some of the players that I'm about to mention in today's video that are coming through. We have players in the squad already that could turn out to be superstars. We have some players out on loan that could turn out to be superstars. And we've also got some players in our under 21 squad that could also turn out to be superstars. We have a wealth of talent coming through. There's probably going to be many players that I have not even mentioned, but these players that I'm going to mention today are the ones, in my opinion, that I think will go to the top. And there's a lot of them. I'm telling you, there's more wealth in our youth setup than we've ever had before. And that's not exaggerating. And one of these players I'm going to mention today has the wow factor, has for me, the certainty he's going to go to the very, very, very top. He is that good, and he's already showing it again out on loan. You might have already guessed who I'm talking about, but I'll get into him shortly. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. So close to 3,000 subscribers. It's taken a long time, been doing this channel now for over 2 years, but it's all been worth it. I've met some really, really nice people. I've had some really good chats, and the community in the Spurs community is generally a really good community. You do have the ones that, want to argue about absolutely everything, but they're few and far between. So let me get into this video. So for me, I think the future of Tottenham Hotspur is absolutely looking incredible. It really is. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. If we get things right, we can really push on and really be a force in this Premier League, especially if Enoch stick to their word that they really want to concentrate on the pitch, then everything could fall into place. Now let me get into some of these players. So I'll start with the under 21 players. And when I say under 21, I mean 17-year-olds. These guys, when I first noticed them, were 15 years old. And I even spoke about them in a video probably last year or so. And they're just going on from strength to strength. The first one is Junai Byfield. You may have heard of him, you may not have heard of him. I think he's 16, turning 17 very soon, or he's just turned 17. I can't remember when his birthday is. But he's a centre-back. And he's already playing for the under 21s. But he's been playing for the under 21s this season, and he's just turned 17 or he's 16. So he's playing against players that are 3 years above him. He's got a solid frame. He's already a big lad. He's pretty quick. He's good in the air, and he's good on the ball as well. Literally all the attributes you would need in a defender if you want them to play in the Premier League. If you manufactured a defender and put all the attributes that you wanted in that defender, you would get Junai Byfield. He is absolutely going to go to the top, in my opinion. If he doesn't go to the top at Spurs, he'll go to the top somewhere else, because his mentality is right. It's perfect. He's always trying to improve. He's always trying to get better. And he's just one of those players that you just can see a mile off that he's going to do so good. He is. And I know when you say a lot of academy players get overrated and they don't make it, just watch. I'm gonna I'll put a fiver on it. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I'd put a lot of money on it that he would go very, very far. He really will. And the other under 21s player is also a guy that's just turned 17, playing for the under 21s, 3 or 4 years above his age level, and that's Williams Barnett. Now, this guy, probably most people have heard of this guy now, because he got a first team. He got a first team go. I can't even think of the words anymore. He got to the first team. He got a first team cameo anyway, and he did all right, to be honest. He looked very confident. He was trying to take people on. This guy scores from halfway line. This guy can take on 3 or 4 players at once. He's got so much skill, so much technical ability. He plays in the number 10 role, and he just gets fans out of their seats. if he keeps developing in the way he is and he builds a bit of strength up as well, he is going to be some phenomenal talent on our hands. If he can build his strength, just add to the talent that he's got, then all of a sudden you've got Junai Byfield and Williams Barnett coming through. He scores goal after goal after goal. He scored a hat-trick for the under-21s at the age of 16 against Leicester under-21s. At the age of 16, can you understand this? This is crazy. Every level he goes up, he just excels every single time. And appearance, that was the word I was thinking of earlier. He had a first team appearance for the... What can I think of words like that? It's stupid. Anyway, I think it's when the camera's on you, your brain goes dead sometimes, I think. But yeah, so Junai Byfield and Williams Barnett are absolutely phenomenal for their age. Absolutely phenomenal. And don't forget as well, I haven't forgotten Mikey Moore, but I'm going to talk about him in a minute because he's out on loan at the minute. So actually, I'll talk about him now. So Mikey Moore is out at Rangers, having a really, really, really poor loan at Rangers. But let's put some context into this. Rangers are really, really poor this season. You would normally think Rangers would be second in the league. They're not. They're not third. They're not fourth. They're not fifth. They're eighth in the Scottish League. That is Hamilton academical level, honestly. So, and I think the whole Rangers team have scored 6 goals altogether this season. So for Mikey Moore to have a good loan spell there would be almost impossible. So I hope the Spurs fans are not too hard on him. I hope they realise that he's in a really poor environment because the manager's just been sacked now. I don't think any of the players wanted him there. The fans certainly didn't want that manager there. And it was just a toxic environment. So I think that we have to lay off Mikey Moore for a bit, and hopefully his next loan, or if the new Rangers manager comes in, he plays more attacking football, or he's a better level manager, and Moore might even excel in the second half. Well, after the international break, hopefully. So another guy we've got out on loan who I think is going to be an exceptional player is Yang Min-hyuk. He's started off slowly for Portsmouth, but in the last 2 games he scored 2 goals now. His second goal, I think it was a brilliant first-time take from about 18 yards out. It's absolutely brilliant goal. But it's not just his goal scoring that's impressed me. It's his decision-making is a lot better now. He's really starting to adapt to the championship. His confidence is increasing, his dribbling past players now. And he's choosing the right pass now as well. So his intelligence is improving. So and that's quick, he's adapting very, very fast. So I believe that he won't be coming to the first team next season. I think he'll go on one more loan. But I think by then we'll start seeing some really good things from Yang Min-hyuk. He plays on the left-hand side of attack as well, which is a place at the moment that we're struggling. But hopefully by the time, in a couple of years' time, Yang is up to speed with Premier League, then that might be his place. He could be the next Song Heung-min. You just never know. But I just think when you've got players, and I'll come to another player later on and say the same thing, but when you've got players with so much ability and so much talent, but they've got the right mindset to go with it, you add those 2 things together, always willing to learn, always like when things are going bad, you're still upbeat. When you've got that kind of mentality, it's very, very hard to think that they're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? So the next guy, and this is the guy I was talking about earlier when I said this guy has got the wow factor. He's out on loan at the moment in the Bundesliga. You've guessed it already. It's Luka Vuskovic. Put it this way. He played in the Polish league at the age of 16. He played in the Polish league. He dominated it. He was one of the best defenders in that league at age 16. He then went to the Belgian league out on loan. Age 17. Completely dominated that league as well and scored goal after goal after goal. I think he even scored an overhead kick as well. I think he scored 7 or 8 goals that season from centre-back. Now he's gone to the Bundesliga, and I'm not even exaggerating. He's one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga. Not 18-year-olds or under 18s. He's one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga for all ages. That's absolutely crazy. He has won 81% of his duels. 81%. That's good for a top level international defender, and he's already getting that aged 18 in the Bundesliga. He's top in the league so far for aerial duels won, most ground duels won, and most interceptions. That is insane. He's also won Young Player of the Year. I think they call it Rookie of the Year, but he's called Young Player of the Month, not year. They call it Rookie of the Month. He's played 4 games so far. He's already scored a goal in the Bundesliga as well, and he's got 2 clean sheets as well. He also, I think a couple of games back, he got a record for winning 18 aerial duels out of 20 in one game. 18 aerial duels won in one game. That's a record for the last 5 years in all the top leagues in Europe. That's absolutely crazy. He's already featured for Croatia as well. The international manager has praised him as well and saying he's going to be the future defender for the next 10 to 15 years. He may even get to the World Cup next summer. That would be absolutely insane for his age. That would be incredible. This guy has definitely got the wow factor. It doesn't matter what league you put him in. He doesn't just do well in that league. He excels in that league and becomes the best in that league. And he's done that 3 years running so far. And he's doing it in the Bundesliga. And it's not an easy league. I think even in friendlies, when we watched him play before we sent him out on loan, I thought he was excellent. And I really didn't want him to go out on loan. So it was absolutely crazy that how well he's actually doing. I think the loan was the right decision now, looking how well he's doing. All the top teams around Germany want a piece of him as well. And we've made it clear he's not for sale. And I do not think we should sell him. He is going to be one of the best defenders in the Premier League. I'm sure of it. This is the guy I'm most sure of out of the lot. I've got no doubts at all he's going to be dominating the Premier League. He really will be. So the players we've got in the first team that I think will really excel, and I think they'll excel this season, is Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall and Matisse Tell. Now, going back to what I said before, Matisse Tell got his first goal. Even though he got dropped from the Champions League squad, he's come back into the side in the Premier League, scored a goal, could have scored 2. There was a bit where he held the ball up, turned, played the ball through to the striker. I think it was Kudos at the time. It was Kane-esque what he did there. If Kane did that, we would have been saying, wow, what a brilliant pass. Nobody even mentioned it when Tell did it, but it was exactly a carbon copy of what Kane was doing for us every single season. It was absolutely brilliant. And I can see Tell improving massively already. I can see Archie Gray improving massively already. And Lucas Bergvall was already good last year, but he's starting to excel as well. And he's found a new position in the number 10. Archie Gray, Thomas Frank said he could be the next Rodri or the next Declan Rice. He's that good. And if Frank's telling me that, then I believe him. Frank knows talent, knows how to develop talent, and knows how to get them going. So For me, I think what we need to do is we need to back Frank long term, make sure he's going to be our long term plan. We need to develop the young players really well and then get them to break into the 11. And then just make sure we get our recruitment right as well to work around all of this. We get these little components right. The future is going to look absolutely incredible for Spurs. It really is. And we've only got to make some tweaks now. Our first 11 is not bad at all now. It can compete with most teams. It's just those little tweaks like on the left-hand side and maybe striker and maybe more squad depth at the back. But I really do think we've got a really, really, really good chance of developing this team under Frank to really start challenging for big honours. We really can. It's exciting times. We've got some really exciting players coming through. Some of these players are going to go to the top. Mark my words, they really will. Let me know in the comments what you think of these future stars. Who do you think is going to come through? And if there's someone I haven't mentioned that you think will get to the top, and I'll debate this with you whether I think he will do as well. Thank you for watching, and come on you Spurs.